Good afternoon. This is Darcy Cleary again from Cleary Law Offices. Got an update on the constitutional courses that we're doing over the last few weeks. The one this date is going to be called the Jury Amendments. It's for the 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th Amendments. But I don't think there's anything more significant than these jury amendments that they're entitled, because it was that brought forth the true meaning of our new government, which provided people or citizens with protections that they didn't have before. For instance, one of the Fifth Amendment indicated there would be the grand jury would provide protections to our people, and so that no person, for instance, would be put in double jeopardy for a crime. There would be a right to a speedy trial and a fair trial, and also the government would have to provide a case against the individual with facts and identities of the other parties that were proceeding against the person. So there were protections, and there was you couldn't be compelled to be a witness against yourself, which that in and of itself was a large benefit that was given to people, that they couldn't take them over in the corner and tie them up and then cross-examine them. They were given protections. Also, you were given a right to legal counsel, to a lawyer, to protect you in your newfound rights from this government. And so that was a big change from the prior laws that were very harsh and extreme. The other thing we had was the trial itself. You were represented by a lawyer that would represent your particular interests, not the state's. It was for you to protect you from interpretation from what the judges could interpret as what was fair. Now, these judges were a little bit different from today's judges. Before, they were representing what the king wanted to have for you, and they weren't always the very best of things. There was the judges at that time were not as open and kind-hearted. They were more from over the old school of the English system, and there wasn't the protections that we were given now with the jury. The jury was the big thing that was added to protect the colonists. The judges, without juries, they could do outrageous things, and maybe you remember from your history in the 8th grade in high school what they call star chambers. Star chambers were a system whereby it was whatever the judge said happened to you was good and was going to be okay. You just have to sit there and bear it. Where now you had rights, and that was the big thing through the jury system to give you those rights. I think that's something that we should take today, as when you go into the court for some sort of violation that the government says that you did, that you have those protections that will prevent you from being, I use the word railroaded to jail. You have a protection that keeps you together. You have lawyers that will represent you, as well as the ability to cross-examine the other side, the state, and so you're given a lot more rights. So that's why they call these the jury amendments, the 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th amendments, because they've changed the way the system works through the courts. So with that, we thank you for listening again to this particular little presentation. But in all cases, be thankful that we have these changes to our system that give us these rights. So thank you. I look forward to the next time we have another one of these sessions, but thanks for listening. Okay.